Hey everybody, it's my 125 gallon native tank, and I just got down here and got everybody fed, and while I was in here feeding the tank I made a minor discovery, but it's worth noting, so I'm going to. If we look way back in the corner where the air stone is bubbling, if you look next to that, it looks like a dead crayfish, but that is not a dead crayfish. That is the sloughed exoskeleton of one of the crayfish that is recently sloughed. So somewhere in here is, or was, probably more appropriately was, a softshell crayfish. Now when they're soft shell like that, they're extremely vulnerable. They're literally just soft meat. There's no protection at all when they're soft shell, when they first slough. As time goes on and their shell calcifies, it reacts to the oxygen in the water or something. I'm not exactly sure the process by which it happens. I think it has something to do with reaction to the oxygen in the water. But whatever it is, it takes a few days for their shells to actually really harden up and begin offering any kind of real protection for them. And in the meantime, they have to basically go to ground and hide. And that could have a lot to do with why my population in here has dwindled. Over the warmer months, I often go down to the stream and either throw my crayfish trap out or I just take a net with me and catch some. And over the summer, I sort of bolster the stock and I continue to add crayfish as they come and go. But it's been, cold outside. It's the middle of winter. It's the end of January. Actually, today's February. So won't be putting any new crayfish in the tank for a while. And what that means is the population has gotten down to where I've only got a few crayfish in the tank that I see on any given time. So it's possible that there is a low enough population density that the soft shell may be able to just lay low and hide until its exoskeleton solidifies enough that we've got, a viable living new shell on my crayfish. Normally what happens is they go soft shell and then they're just relentlessly hunted down until they're devoured by the other crayfish, and eventually, much like the Highlander, there can be only one, and I usually end up with one big fat crayfish by the end of the winter. And then we'll go ahead and in the spring we'll start catching more and putting some more in here. And I can see one now. Don't know how well you can see him or not, but right there, if you see that little, looks like a little piece of hair or something sticking out, that's actually the one of the antennae. And if you look right, see if I can get my finger in here, right there, that little lightly colored thing is the tip of one of the not the main defensive claws, but one of their walking legs. The first couple sets of legs have little tiny claws on them that they use for picking up food and, rooting through the substrate and stuff like that. So that's what you're looking at there, is that little tiny claw. So that's one of the crayfish, and nope, that was a little piece of wood sticking out. I thought I saw the tail of another crayfish sticking out. So that's it really. Just wanted to do a quick update, let you know that I've got a soft shell in here potentially. If nothing else, we've at least got a sloughed shell, and the other crayfish will eat that and, basically reabsorb the calcium. I also want to point out some of these creek chubs. This one here, and then this one back here in particular, they're getting really big. I had no idea creek chubs got the size that these fish are, and I suspect that they're probably not full grown either. So hopefully I will be able to bolster my school of golden shiners. It looks like I'm down to about 3 of them in the tank now. Wait, got a cluster of them down here. Let's see what we got going on down here. Oh, we got 3 or 4 more down here. So I've probably got half a dozen of the golden shiners in here. But I'd like to have a substantial enough school that they pack together and shoal, and you can actually see them swimming from one end of the tank to the other. I used to get a lot of really, really good activity from the minnows in this tank, and I'm not sure why, but they all just stay low now. It's almost like I need some kind of dither fish in there, but I'm not sure what to put in there that would act as a dither. I think I might be able to get away with some mollies. I know that's only sort of native to North America. If you go like really, really far south in North America, More towards Central America is where mollies are more traditionally thought of as native fish, but technically I guess I could get away with putting them in there. Although, as we already know, or at least as my regular viewers already know, this tank is not actually native anyway. I've already got the tilapia in there, which is West African. I've got that Chinese algae eater in there, which presumably is Asian. And so on and so forth. Even the crayfish in there are invasive species to the state of Maryland. So putting some guppies in there would probably be more close to native than a lot of the fish that are already in here. Dust, I don't know if that would actually work as a dither fish, but you can see for yourself how the fish are just lying low. They're wrestling over a piece of an algae wafer in there. As I said, I just fed the tanks not long ago. But I really would like to see some more open water activity and some more shoaling behavior from those minnows. So we'll see. Time will tell. I'll keep working on it. Again, we're into February now, so we got a couple of more months, and then I'll be getting back out and hitting the stream, and we'll see where we go from there. So make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss any of that kind of stuff I got coming up or anything else. You never know what it's going to be with me. Don't forget, this one is my 125-gallon native tank. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you real soon on the next one.